that is willing to go in the trenches, willing to go that extra mile for their team, so that way they all accomplish the same goal.
I feel like a lot of the time people mistake leadership with being a boss. Being a boss is someone who just sits in the back and tells people what to do. To me, leadership is being someone who everyone else can rely on while you're at the same level as them, doing the same things that they're doing, learning with them, making mistakes with them, but still being able to direct the group in the direction that everyone wants to go, instead of just the direction that you want to go.
Leadership means to me about stepping up to the plate, being able to lead your peers, either in organizations or networks and stuff like that. It's just to become a better version of yourself by leading others by example.
To me, a leader should have a lot of qualities, but if I were to narrow them down and to pick 3, I would choose 1 being integrity, because as a leader you have to be able to be honest and upfront with your people, so that way they can trust you with different things. That way you can lead them, fully and fluently without any hiccups or anything like that. And then number 2, I would just say would be humility. Having humility while being a leader is extremely important, because you never want to get the quote unquote big head while you're leading a group. Because if you get that big head and pride sets in, no one is going to want to listen to you, because your ego is too big to even take constructive criticism or anything that your team may have to say to you. So humility is an extremely important trait and quality that a leader should have. And lastly, I believe a leader should have vision. Now, if you do not have vision as a leader, you really don't have anywhere to lead people to. So you have to be able to see beyond the current situation or the current circumstance of an issue or a problem that you're dealing with. And as a team, as a leader, you should be able to lead that team until where you would eventually want to see that goal in full flourishing. And you have to have vision.
Qualities of a leaders are they're dedicated, they are respectful to their peers, to whoever they're leading, and to themselves, well organized, and never lose sight that they are there for a specific reason.
A good leader should be organized and timely, and they should know how to put their foot down on certain things. But they should also be personable and friendly, and be able to learn the strengths of everyone in the group that they're leading, so that way they can utilize them the best and make the group that they're leading the best it can absolutely be.
A role model for me would be my mother. She graduated from Johnson Wells, so her being a role model in paving the way in my education here at JWU. She has been through the ups and downs of life, and how she's always come up top and always puts her family first, make sure that me and my sister are always well cared for, and then always holding respect for herself no matter what situation she's going through.
My father, he always was able to separate when we were father-daughter and when I was his cadet. If there was any sort of issue, he was always right there. He was always at everything he had to be at, but at the same time, he was always there as a shoulder to lean on. If any of the cadets were having an issue, he would pull them aside and make sure they were okay. And if they were having family issues, he would reach out to them. And even now that he's not captain anymore, he still reaches out to those who have gone through the program and have already graduated. Whenever it comes to being a leader and being a role model for others, I always look to him on what to do.
Someone that comes to mind as a role model, Gary Vaynerchuk. He is a multi-millionaire that lives in New York. He runs VaynerMedia podcasts, videos, and things like that. And just his entire persona, he may come off a little rough around the edges and a little vulgar at times, but his overall leadership style will be direct, highly influential, and it's somebody that I look up to almost on a daily basis because of the things that he says. At the end of the day, he does have all those qualities that I listed previously, and he is truly a really good role model.